Hi guys, it's Angie Bell with My Fairy Treasures. Okay, we are back. All right, so this is the picture we're creating here. The picture's actually loose. I had to cut it out because I made a print of that, which we will talk about here shortly. It's going to be in the Mixed Media Fun Kit. Okay, so where we're at is we had collaged all this down. If you didn't know how we got to this point, just watch the video before this. Now what we're going to do is we're going to wet our brush and dip it into some gesso or a thing called Kilz, K-I-L-T-Z. You get it by you buy it by the gallon for like $15 at Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart. And Kilz is a wall primer and acts just like a gesso. It probably actually is the original gesso, just a wall primer. And they tricked us into buying it and repackaging it anyway. So you can go buy Kilz if you like. K-I-L-T-Z, Home Depot, Walmart, Lowe's, etc. Okay, so and I put it on, I wet my brush, then I dip it into my gesso or Kilz because I want it to, like I always say, I want to be able to see everything below it still really well. So I want a light gessoing on it. But it allows then for us to do more stuff on top, like the cheap acrylic paints, which we're about to do here in just a second. Let me dry this. So if you don't want to hear the dryer, just fast forward. Okay, there we go. So that is dry. Perfect. Okay, so now we want to take, make sure you guys do it. We want to take cheap acrylic paints, okay? And this is a part of the challenge. I talked about the challenge in the first video. The challenge is just taking cheap acrylic paints, magazine bits, book pages, things that are around your house. And for marks, things you find around your house, which we're going to do next. And by next Friday, if you can create a page using cheap acrylic paints and things from around your house, then leave a message below just saying, I want to be in the giveaway. I went over what's in the giveaway. We'll go over what's in the giveaway again at the end of this video. And what else? By next Friday, by next Friday, go to our little group on Facebook called Our Magical Little Place, and you can post there your final picture, okay? But to be in the giveaway for that, just say, I want to be in the giveaway below, so then I know that you're joining the giveaway. Okay, or you're joining the challenge and you want to be in the giveaway. All right, so let's get some of these acrylic paints going. I don't want to use that plate. I think that plate has ink on it, and then the ink gets rehydrated from the acrylic, and it's a mess. All right. So this is a fuchsia color from Craft Smart. This is a purple pizzazz, which I just love this color. This is not, I mean, it's still cheap acrylic paint, but this is like $1.99, the Americanas. But Craft Smarts are like 60 cents. And then you can also buy another brand, I forgot, I think it's Apple Barrel from, Walmart for 50 cents. That's one of the cheapest places I've seen to buy craft paint, is Walmart. So, okay. So we have all of our colors here, right? And I'm going to put everything on with a baby wipe. I think one of them I'm going to use a paper towel because the baby wipe keeps it nice and translucent. Okay, so I'm going to use the baby wipes. Baby wipes keep everything nice and translucent. But I think one of these colors is already pretty translucent as it is. So I'll put it on with a paper towel. All right, let's start with this purple here. Yeah, I think it's that fuchsia pink color that I'll have to put on with a paper towel. When I put it on with the baby wipe, it almost just disappears. But as you can see, putting it on with a baby wipe keeps it so you can still see all of the layers underneath, which is what we totally want. Okay, and then we will use paper towel for this one. Yeah, perfect. Oh, just a dry paper towel I'm using for this fuchsia color. Because if not, the wet paper towel just makes it too translucent. It doesn't hardly add any color. So this color here doesn't have a lot of pigment in it, I guess, or something. Anyway, I discovered that from the page over here. Okay, I'm going to put this green color, this lime, right next to the purple because I love purple and lime together. Or purple and green next to each other look really awesome. And then let's put some more of this funky fuchsia color right there in the middle. And then next to the fuchsia, and this orange looks really good next to fuchsia or purple. So we'll put the orange here. So what I'm doing is I'm putting colors that look good next to each other. And the orange and the purple, or the orange and the fuchsia, really look the best. Like this and this look really good together. So let's put a little bit more fuchsia here. And the fuchsia looks good next to the green, but it looks good next to the orange. So I kind of put colors that look good to each other right by each other. And that's how you can mix up a bunch of colors on a page and it looks right. Anyway, that's my technique of doing that and the reasons why. And then we'll throw a little bit more of this fuchsia color down here. A little bit deeper fuchsia there. Okay. All right, so we got our base color down. I think that looks great. We're going to take all these all this and throw it in the garbage. And then let's go ahead and dry this really quickly. So if you don't want to hear the dryer, just go ahead and fast forward. Okay, so now we're going to use, like right now I would use stencils or stamps, but instead we're going to use mark makers from around the house, okay? So this is, I've used this before. This is nothing but a, from Dollar Tree, a shelf liner. This is a shelf liner, and this is another different type of shelf liner, okay? In fact, I want to cut this and make this smaller. Okay, so we're going to use these shelf liners. And I also like to have a little piece of paper over on the side here and kind of dab off a little bit before I go right on it, because it can get real blobby. So dip and then kind of wipe some off on a separate piece of paper. Okay, this is the other shelf liner. That's what that looks like. Okay. And I'm just using the same colors. These are the same colors that we used in the background. Because if you stick with the same colors that you used in the background, it's just going to be way more, it's going to be very cohesive and just look really good together. Now, you can do something for a pop of color, you know, that's a little bit different. If you want a pop, that's fine. But it keeps it from looking too crazy, even though my stuff looks crazy anyway. But, okay, this is a little piece of foam that has texture on it that I got like at Joann's in like the kids section. Or this might have been Dollar Tree. I can't remember. But be looking for things everywhere. And I've had it for a while. Ooh, I like the little dots it makes. It's cool. Isn't that cool? How fun. Okay, let me just do another. Let me do purple ones. Let's go on with purple dots now. Fine. Okay, let's go to another thing. Now this is, I don't know what this is going to look like. This is a scrubby that I got that was underneath my kitchen sink. Okay, and I'm not sure what, I am going to do a little test because I'm not sure what texture this is going to leave. Oh, okay, it leaves a cool texture. Just another texture. I would dab off first before you do it, or it'll be real blobby. Because what happens when you first dip in, it puts on too much paint. Cool. So then the other thing I thought of is, okay, that's a new one, like a brand new one. This is one that's been used, so now it's all like flexible. I'm wondering if it'll have a different, give a different texture. So I'm gonna try that out. Yep, of course it gets a different texture. So cool. So I used one that was brand new and one that was used. And I mean, really used, like worn out. Oh, I like it. Love that. Okay. Then, of course, the old famous bubble wrap. Let's use some of this. Everybody knows about the bubble wrap. But everybody has it around their house, so it's a good one. Okay, so there's the bubble wrap. And then I have this sponge. Just a little piece of sponge from my kitchen. So I thought we'd try that. And this will be the last one we do. Because we have a lot of stuff on here. Okay, oh, this is leaving a nice, cool, really cool. Love it. How fun. So I'm dipping it into some purple now. So this is what the purple one's doing. Okay, so we have a bunch of marks made now, right? So we have all this stuff. So search around your house and look for mark makers. So don't get your stamps or your stencils out. You're going to look for mark makers around your house. This is another thing that I got from Dollar Tree for soap, but I never ended up using it, so I threw it in to make mark makers. This makes a cool little mark. I'll show it to you. We'll throw it into the, whatever I have left. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, let me just do this really quick. This is fun. It just makes little dots. It's a fun little mark maker too. I like it. Okay. So there's our mark makers. Oh, there was one other mark maker I wanted to use. This is a paper roll. I did want to do this one. So let's do that. Let me see what time we got on here. Okay. So let me use... So this just makes like little coffee rings on your work. And I love it. Now, this is a paper towel one, so it's a skinnier one. You can also use a toilet paper roll, which I have over here. Okay, so that's the last of that. Let's go ahead and dry this. And I am going to pause you guys really quick while I dry this. Okay, it's all dry. So the next thing I'm going to do is my world famous. What I love to do is take a, not world famous, but it's what I like to do. Take a script stamp and my archival ink, black ink. If you don't have one of these, I advise getting one. They're about $15. They're not a cheap stamp, but use a coupon, get them for $6, $7 anywhere. Michael's, Joann's, Hobby Lobby. But if you don't have this, just splattering some black paint will also give you that same effect. Okay. So with this challenge, you can use a few things here and there. Like I'm going to use this stamp, and I'm going to use some stencil at the end to give me these Asian and numbers and stuff. So the challenge is just to use most of what you're doing is household products or things found around your house. But can you use a few things? Of course. I mean, if the challenge for you is that you only use like 1 or 2 things from around your house that you find or around your craft room, then fine. That's fine. Whatever the challenge is for you, because maybe you're like, okay, I cannot do that. Then make it just one thing from around your house. Maybe not almost everything like I just did. Okay. Love this script. Okay. And then I'm going to, let me just we'll start another page with that. I'm going to get all the ink off of here real quick. Just a second, guys. That's how I clean my stamp off. I just keep stamping until there's no more ink left. Okay, so now we're done with that. And I use this ink color, Ranger's Archival Acid-Free Permanent Waterproof. Okay, love that stuff. Okay, next I want to go in with some stencils. Remember I told you, I said I am going to use some stencils. So the stencils I'm going to use are these Asian stencils, which I love. Just a second. I got a paint mess going over here. Let me turn this around or throw it away. I'll turn it around. Okay. So, where's my Asian stencil? Here it is, right in front of my face. So I'm going to use my Asian stencil. Now, we're probably going to put the girl somewhere in the middle right here. So we want to kind of keep things on the, like this, and put our focal point here somewhere in the middle. So anyway, I like this here. Just a second, let me make sure I'm still in frame because I just took that out. Okay. I want to put the love here, so we're going to put that there. Okay, so we need black paint. Let me get my... Okay. Just a second. I need a baby wipe for my hands. Alright. So we're going to use some black acrylic paint. I like to buy this at Walmart this size. I like to buy the apple barrels a lot from Walmart, period, but this size is only like $1.99. I buy a big thing of like that of black and a big thing of white because I use those both so much. Saves me a lot of time. It might save a little money too, but more importantly, it saves time. Not having to always go out and buy black or white. Okay, so I'm taking a makeup sponge and we're going to use this stencil right here that says love up here in the corner. And when you do your page, you can do it however you want. We'll do happiness down here. This Asian symbol says happiness, which I think is gonna be cool. You can take me as inspiration and do a background like I've done, which I call a graffiti background. You could do something totally different, but just try to use household items. And it doesn't have to be all household items, just use some household items. Okay, so I used to use the 2 Asian symbols there, which I think is cool. Then, what do I want to put up here at the top? I think I'm going to do this. I think that's going to look really cool. Is that what I want to do? Yeah. See this hand right here? I'm going to do this hand. It says 1812 in Paris. I think this really makes it look graffiti, to have all the graffiti looking colors in the background, and then have in black these cool words. I think that looks cool. Oh, I love that. Okay, let's get some numbers on here. Let's do numbers here. 751. I've always got to have some numbers. I don't know why, but I love numbers. There's that. I'm gonna do this in number 152 industrial. This is an Andy Skinner stencil. I actually got one. I think I got this one at Tuesday morning. So always be looking out. They even have stuff like Andy Skinner, and his stencils are just the coolest stencils, in my opinion. He's very like Tim Holtzy, but he's his own style. Okay, I'm gonna put. What else am I gonna do? Just a second. Let me look at all my stencils here. Nope, that won't fit. I like this right here. It says Route 165. I just don't know if I want to put that. I'm going to put that right here in the middle. This is another Andy Skinner stencil, I believe. Yeah. That's cool. And then, let me see. I want to put something else right here. I'm going to put these numbers again. 751 again over here. And then everywhere, I like this little number 15 with a circle. I'm just going to put that in different areas. And in about 5 minutes, my camera will turn off and start a new video. So I'll probably just be cut off. Just go to the next video. If you've been watching my videos, you already know. And in the next video, we'll be finishing up a lot of this stuff. Okay, I love how this looks. We're going to leave that. I think that looks awesome. That's enough stenciling. I actually went a little overboard with my stenciling, but I love it, so I guess it's not overboard. Okay, what's overboard with me, okay? Really. People are like, Angela, you always overdo it, so what are you talking about? Okay. Then let's go ahead and get into... Let me bring this back here. We're going to do some white splatters. So let me get done with that. Let me find a... This container we use for white splatters. Some white paint. A little thing dried up there. No major. We'll just pour it out. Okay. And then we need to wet this. And I don't really call this white splatters, you guys. What do I call this? Fairy dusting. Fairy dusting is white splatters, but fairy dust sounds a lot more magical. So let's fairy dust the piece. Every piece I try to use that script stamp and fairy dust to be like my little thing. Let me put, fairy dust goes everywhere, so I'm gonna put this over on this side of this page so it doesn't, we don't fairy dust my girl. She's already been fairy dusted enough. Okay, let me find this one brush. You can fairy dust with a fan brush, a toothbrush. I like this orange stiff brush. Actually, I like the one that's bigger than this, but I haven't been able to find that lately. It looks just like this, but it's a little bigger. Even an eyeshadow brush would work good. Even a regular paintbrush will still work good. It just, depending on which one you choose, is different types of splattering or different types of fairy dust you'll get. Okay, so here we go. And whatever you don't want fairy dusted, move it out of the way, because this stuff goes everywhere. Fairy dust. To me, this is what adds the magic to every piece, in my opinion. Okay, there we go with the fairy dust. Let's go ahead and dry this really quick. Okay, so there we go with that. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we want to get our focal points out. Let me see the time. Okay, so we want to get our focal points out, and I'm going to show you the kit really quick, the Mixed Media Fun Kit, because we're going to use the Mixed Media Fun Kit for this. Okay, I do want to show you something really quickly before I show you the Mixed Media Fun Kit. Okay, this is the page in the Mixed Media Fun Kit that we're going to use as the focal point over here. And what this is you guys, is I copied this page. That's why I had to take this page off of here. I copied this page and I made it into two 5x7s. So this page is going to be the focal point for this page. Isn't that cool? Okay, so that's in the Mixed Media Fun Kit. So I'm going to go through the Mixed Media Fun Kit really quickly. Now, when I was printing, and I actually took it to the printers, it came out a little funky weird, like different than here, but I think it's cool. Now, if you order this Mixed Media Fun Kit, I put this one in the computer. So if you order this from my Etsy shop, it's $4.50. It's a digital download, and the my Etsy shop link is down below. Just click on it and it'll take you right to my shop, and you can order this mixed media fun kit. Only $4.50. It's in a digital download, but this is the one you'll get. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that. That's the one you'll get. Not this one that's a little more funky. But you know what? Even though my printer, or when I took it to get it printed it kind of funky, it looks cool. We're doing mixed media, so there is no right or wrong, right? Okay, so there we go with that. Also in the mixed media fun kit is this one here, and you get 2 on a page. And that's the focal point that we used here. So you can have that focal point, so you can make up your own background and then use her as a focal point. Use her as a focal point. And then I give you coloring sheets. I didn't grab that. Just a second. I grabbed 2 of the same thing. Just a minute. All right, there we go. Put that back in here because that's wrong. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that chair. Then I give you a coloring book page. It's a full 8.5 by 11 sheet to color. Okay, so you can take her like this and use her and cut her out, or however you want to do it, or just color her, use her as a focal point, or you can color her up as a 5 by 7 and use it as a coloring page. So you get 2 of those. Okay. And then, what else? So you get all this in your mixed media fun kit. Okay. So what we're going to do is, remember this focal point is this page right here, all done. I copied it and made it into the. So we're going to use this page that I shrunk down in a 5 by 7 as the focal point here. So let's cut this out. So I think it's kind of fun to be able to just do a background and then already have your focal point that you just cut out. Just like a collage bit out of a magazine.